for this project, I decided to do a little tour around different parts of Oregon in order to see what options the emerging bilinguals have in the environment. So the first place I decided to go to was Woodburn Premium Outlets. It's one of the most famous places in Oregon and gets most of the visitors from abroad. So that's why I decided to go there, and this is what I found. Woodburn Premium Outlets is a complex located between the cities of Portland and Salem. The most common foreign languages in Woodburn are Spanish, Russian, and other Indic. But compared to other places, Woodburn has a relative high number of Russian speakers, Scandinavian, and Spanish speakers. The ethnic composition of the population of Woodburn is composed by about 14,000 people, of which 58.1% are Hispanic resident. My experience at the outlet was a little odd. I went to the outlet's office and the people were super afraid of answering my questions. They felt like I was interrogating them or something, but I was able to find interesting things. Many of the people who visited the outlet mall were from other countries, mainly from China. And it is precisely the language of this country, the only one that I could see in brochures and the only one I heard at the mall ads next to the English. I think it's kind of ironic that I know that most people in Woodburn speak Spanish, so it's just weird to see that they don't have any options at the mall. So that was something interesting to discover. I checked the different signs, I asked at different stores, and there was no printed material in Spanish. The only sound I was able to find in Spanish was at Calvin Klein. Another thing that was pretty interesting is that even though the signs were in Chinese, there was only one person at Coach that was actually fluent in Chinese. And in most of the different stores, I was able to find someone who could speak Spanish to me. A curious fact is that if you actually access the site, the official site of the premium outlets, you can find all the information about them in different languages, such as Spanish, Chinese, Japanese, or German. However, if you visit the place, there's only Chinese and English. Then we decided to go to a day trip to Tillamook. We went for crabbing, and on the way there, I found the nicest place ever. It was a fishing shop in the middle of the road, and it was very interesting to find a sign in the bathroom in different languages, such as Japanese, Spanish, Italian, Chinese, and Korean. The owner of the store told me how important it was for her to receive people from all over the world, and that is why she even had a journal for visitors to place where they were visiting. I was so happy to see how this woman was so open and welcoming for foreigners, and she had the book and everything. I was very, very excited about this experience. This shows a big difference, and I think it has to do with money. That's the main reason I think Woodburn decided to use Chinese instead of Spanish. But ironically, many of the clients are actually Hispanic, so I don't know. So the last place we decided to go was Corvallis. We're going to a Chinese restaurant, and we will see what do they have, what do they offer for people at that place. Something interesting at this restaurant is to find that Chinese people think nobody that is not Chinese will actually enjoy Chinese traditional food. So they have options for Chinese speakers, and then they have this Americanized menu for American people because they assume they won't be eating what they eat, which is interesting because we were the minority at that restaurant, and we were the only ones asking for traditional Chinese food, and they were super surprised because they were like, "Are you really asking for this? Like hot pot? Are you sure? It's spicy." So this whole research made me think that we all have stereotypes about others, and it will be good to be open to different people and personalities. And this show how implicit bias is surrounding us, and that we need to be aware of that and try to break all the stereotypes we have and be open and kind to other